Or just call me when you find it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go have some lunch.
Yeah.
So what I'm asking you is, remember that dude named Drill Instructor Bridges used to fucking run that thought control camp down in Camp Victory?
Oh, yeah. What district was that?
I think it's District of Columbia, where the text plate says taxation without representation.
I don't know. It was something like that. What about it?
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to cut this call off right now at 6:01 and at 12:50, and then you enter a 2-minute commercial break about goddamn Bridges. Because I came up with this great idea of a URL. You go to, if you like this show, Mr. Bridges' name up, feel free to go to www.softbridges.com, which of course is spelled TOTHBRIDGE.
No, that's old news. That's old news. It's www.thoughtbridge.tv now.
Well, what if I don't like Bridges? I'll go to www.fuckbridges.com.
Now you go to that. If you go to that site, okay, we'll send. We're going to download everything from your computer, just like the feds do. We're going to.
You mean the feds spying you, Windows update?
Everybody knew that. Everybody knows that they can put in anything to run your computer. After all, you know how it works? I mean, the inventors do, the brains behind it. They're working for the devil, you know, to entrap and enslave all of humanity. And they,
talking about how,
I mean, they've already done it, and people haven't woken up and realized that it's already a done deal. They're fucked. It's too late.
let me ask you something. 11111, which is 51111, go to 1 Kings chapter 11, verse 11, and rewind the first chapter where it says Solomon tried to boast against God and his 2 wives. They like the best. One called Ashtoreth, like Ashtar, the Ashtar man, or that Mojave Ashtar, that talks to that nigga in the damn cave, you know, Lucifer. And then Molech Magog was the other wife of 1 Kings 11. It was satanic. And she was that god of war, because she's a great deceiver. And then now it's like, you can't revolt against me, Solomon. I forgot. So he stirred up 10 revolutions against Solomon. Solomon quashed all the revolutions. Let me ask you this. If we stir up war, is that actually good or bad? Is that love or hate? Black or white? Stirring up war, I think, is black, hate. So Yahweh is the God of fear, hate, control. And I suggest you take all them Bibles and fucking throw them in Fahrenheit 451. And the Torah and the Quran, because they all follow the same God who's hating everybody to fight each other in the name of the same God of hate. When they get mad and fucking tell you Muhammad's a fucking ass raping prophet, suck a dick, and suck Jesus' ass. And
Hey, family show. Hey, clean up. It's a, hey, God damn it, it's a fucking family show.
Oh, I didn't know we were G-rated. Well, now we're going to redelineate it. Yeah, G4.
No. No. You misunderstand me. The only word that you can't say is fuck.
Wait, fuck. So I'm going to say F-A-C-K because I'm a big fucker.
That's what I'm fucking talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's the only word you can't say. You can't say it.
Nazi fucker.
No. It's an awful word. Terrible.
Terrible. What's terrible?
It started taking over the alphabet.
Terrible.
Everywhere you go, somebody's saying the word, you know? Fuck this, fuck that, fuck you, fuck me, fuck them, fuck all of us, fuck you, devil, fuck you, God, fuck me, fuck you.
You said Furby. Remember that Furby doll that grew up chia pet in your ass?
Yeah. Does everybody understand they're under surveillance and it's too fucking late? Guys, wake up and smell the roses. You're imprisoned. Come on, face it. They got you. Hey, hey.
1921, 2021, 9/11, where two fucking planes from fucking the Newman line.
Oh, that's old news. Oh, it's the same crap. Oh, blah, blah, blah. It's old news.
Old news, because it's all recycling, right?
No, we want new stuff. Don't want the same old shit. They just recycle the same crap like a story. Remember? Hey, shut up for a second. You remember that book that had different endings to it? They came out. What was it?
Choose Your Own Adventure series. They had about a billion of them for kids. You can choose which way you go.
No, before that, the Model T, man. We're talking about the basic thing where you could go and buy a book. You know, a real book? A book made out of paper and cardboard sometimes. Yeah, it was.
Mine was 11.19 and one is down 12.50.
And you could read an ending to the kid every night. They could have a different ending, you know, where they live happily ever after, or whether they get nuked at the point that they're kissing and you see the sun behind them, you know, where they're just so in love, and then you see the sun explode in one huge motherfucking nuclear explosion, and then you see it moving toward you like the wind, you know, the dust is blowing up and shit's blowing all over the place, all the graphics, and then finally the couple that's standing on a hilltop with the sun behind them, you see it work its way up the hill like a tsunami, and then finally it burns them away, and you see an image of them in the midst of this nuclear fire, and you see them charred, and it fades away. It fades away. What's ending?
The episode.
I know, they end every day.
What?
They,
20 seconds, you always got the last word.
I said they end every day.
What?
They end every day.
It begins again all the time.
Well, it's like the sun rising and setting exactly at the same time on the planet Earth. Isn't that amazing? What a concept.
Wow.
Whoa, even a kid could understand that. Shut up, Jimmy. You're not old enough to understand that. Oh, don't be so hard with me, huh? I'm only 16. Jimmy, get out of here. Nobody invited you into the studio. How many times have I told you to not come in without announcing yourself? Anyway, yeah, Mr. Bridges' Neighborhood. So who are you this week? Who do you want to be? Do you want to be kids? Do you want to be too? You want to be in the book? Just dial in to Mr. Bridges' Neighborhood.
Please hang up and try again.
Try again?
Hang up and dial your operator.
Why? I want to call Mr. Bridges' Neighborhood.
Please hang up and try again. If you need help,
no, I don't need help.
Operator.
I need to call Mr. Bridges' Neighborhood. 1-888-806-6233. Yeah, that's what I wanted to. Wait a minute. What's that? Damn. What's that noise coming out of that phone? Woo. I don't like it. Hurts my ears. Did that hurt your ears too, boys and girls? Oh, that's too bad. Mr. Bridges already knew that. He had to lay that on to some of you boys and girls because you get jumpy at, beeps and sounds and shit like that. Maybe when you were a kid, you heard things go bump in the night. And I've had that issue ever since. Things go bump. You go, oh, yeah, what about that? Bump, 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 bump. Bum 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 bum.
Can you hear me, Joel? Joel, can you hear me?
Hey!
Hey, what's happening?
Oh, what is that? Shit. Where the hell did that come from? Damn. That's really amazing. Wow. Huh. I never saw that before. Whoa, what happened? Jesus. What would you do if you had an eyeball that just appeared in front of you? Huh? Would you be curious? Oh, I would be. Why, look at that. He's no stranger. Did you miss that episode? Yeah. What was your name? What was your name? Oh, stop the telepathy bullshit, will you? That's bullshit. Fucking telepathy. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Say hi to the eye. Hi, eye. Hi, eye. 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 Aye, 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 ay, 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 don't quit your day job. No, I don't think I should. What? Did you hear voices? Shh. That is curious. Very curious as to how my eye got fastened. Is that my third eye? Just popped out from my head, maybe? I've seen third eyes in magazines and photos and shit like that, but I never saw it. I never saw something so still, stationary, and at the same time moving around. It seems to be really stationary and stable. Wow, that's weird. That is so weird. I wonder if I can blind it. Still looking at me. Is it looking at you? Can you see that? That's so fucking weird. Wow. I've had some really good trips. I'll tell you, but I never saw anything like this because I feel perfectly normal. And there's just this eye sitting here. Wait a minute. Oh my God. I put my hand right through it. God, I'm gonna have to roll this back. We're videotaping. I don't know if that's my imagination or what. Well, what's the difference? What do you mean? What's the difference? It's all your imagination, you stupid fuck. No. No. Because if it was all my imagination, and it was set up for myself to experience what it's like to be the intelligence behind the program, and experience and cutting down certain parts of it and growing other parts and expanding, using everything at my disposal to expand. That could be a fun game. Why, that could be a lot of fun. To be the one to maintain it all, to keep it just going and going and going. And I don't even know where I came from. I have no fucking clue. No fucking clue. Maybe he does. Maybe in the future we'll find out. Stay tuned to Mr. Bridges' Neighborhood. This is episode, what the fuck episode is it? Hey, somebody did, they didn't fill it out here. Episode 1405. What's today? The 6th. So this will be episode 140506. Wow. How cool. You know, I always liked that story about the tortoise and the hare. I don't know why. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I do a lot of my keyboarding myself yet. I don't have one of those fancy producer ones where I just talk to the Android. And, well, I put my vote in for it, but evidently I'm not very high up. They have no respect for me, you know. They just drain me of all my ideas and thoughts and feelings and where I want the world to go next and what when an earthquake happens and when wars break out. You know, that's it. You know, it's a hell of a dream, I'll tell you. It's been quite a ride so far. And what's more is it's a few times it looked like it ended, you know. Then I caught a clue from Bashar. He told me, he said, look, when you think you died, you did. So whatever Bashar says to me is good enough for me. You better believe it, man. You got a choice among your thoughts, right? If you don't like the thoughts, you just let them go. Don't go for the trinkets. Don't go for the cheap ones. You want the best quality thought that's possible. One that makes it automatic and it just runs naturally all around you, and you just watch it and you're in marvel. You're in a state of awe at first, and you go, holy moly, you mean all of this could just unfold without any effort whatsoever? I just relax, let go, let the universe, you know? And that's kind of like trusting somebody in a tea group of like the late 60s, where we would practice this thing where we would all get together, and in our tea group we tried this little exercise where we'd all stand up and let ourselves fall backwards and let others catch us. Well, it didn't always work too well. That's all I'm going to say about it. All right, get rid of the eyeball. Thank you. How about the damn text? All right, I'm Mr. Bridges. It's a character I play, improv. My real name is Joel Scott Batzel. I live at 227 Juniper Drive, Schenectady, New York, 12306. Now, those of you caught in time would say, well, that's where you don't live now, Joel. But I would say that's treasure in heaven. So I'm building my mansion. All the loving thoughts that I've ever been received from people, and I could feel it. I could feel their love. That's my treasure. I'm at your service. But can you take me as I am? Just a poor little puppet? A little improv character? Huh? Traveling through time and space? Making up shit, leaving shit everywhere. Planting little seeds that will blossom later on in my creation. Isn't it marvelous? What the fuck is he talking about? He's fucking stoned out hippie, that's what he is. Look at that, he's drinking vodka. Well, I don't know. I don't know what his problem is. Mr. Bridges' Neighborhood has been the longest running series, running year in and year in and out from 1977, April 3rd, when yours truly, Mr. Bridges, got himself in the API news service. Yeah. Whoa, doesn't that make it special? No. It just is a story that I liked. I like that. The little things of life, the little gifts you have, the values that you make up. You have a receptor, you see. It's in your being somewhere. And whatever that receptor is attracted to, either to fight it, conquer it, devour it, taste it, touch it, fuck it, or anything else for that matter. That's what the menu is. All of that and more. Subcategories, and the categories have subcategories. It's a very big menu, but out of it all, in the center of it all, is peace. That's what they say. Peace is in the center. Wait a minute, is that a trick? I'm a moth. I'm a moth. And I want the light. I don't know why I want the light, but I want the light. I'm attracted toward light. I'm a moth. Is that the light? Huh. Where's the light? Where's the light? I can't find the light. Where is that? There, I see the light. Oh, over there. Let me fly over there. There's the light. Oh, there we've arrived. It's right there. It's the light. Light is light. Yeah, that's the light. That's the light. Yeah. Yeah, that's the light, all right. Yeah. Oh, the hell was that? Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Did you see that? That's fucking weird. Oh. I must be delusional. What do you think? Do you think I'm delusional? Oh, I know what you're thinking. I'm delusional and you're not. Come on, put them up. Go on, I'll match you belief for belief. I'll match you spiritual thought for spiritual thought. And I'm going to cheat. I'm going to lie. I'm going to steal. I want to win. I want to win. I want to win eternal life. Now, I have a big list here to decide because there's a lot of different belief systems out there. Like, for instance, these people, never mind the label, they say, go kill a lot of men, innocent women, blah, 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 blah. It's a lot of innocent men, women, and children. And then they get 70 virgins. You couldn't pay me enough money to want to destroy somebody because it would be like destroying myself. You see, the God in me sees the God in you. And enjoys all the extras that are provided by a universe of which I have co-creators, little tentacles of mine spreading out. And as they spread out, they create. Now you see it, now you don't. Now it's expanded, Now it's more of itself, more of itself, more of itself, more of itself, more of itself. And I use these so-called levels of awareness and belief to take people up slowly. But it's not people, it's me having a ride. Yeah, I'm the one big ball of energy, and I'm bigger than you, and you, and you, and who's speaking even. So big, once it's discovered, you ain't gonna let go, and your life's never gonna be the same. I swear that's what they say. Now, we have a little unfinished business to do. We want you to sign a contract. We're gonna give you the porthole. Oh, Jesus, lay this shit up. Okay, I will. We're gonna give you a porthole. Yeah, you're gonna go through with this. Yeah, let's go. Make him go through with it. Yes, that's a good idea. Oh, shit, I forgot what I was talking about. Damn. That happens. All of a sudden, it's just like, everything just empties out. You ever notice that? Sometimes? Oh, yeah, he's stoned. I'm not stoned. Don't tell me you act like this all the time around other people. They must think you're right fucking whacked out of it. Well, if they haven't been prepared. I'm a chameleon. I can instantly change. What is a chameleon? A shapeshifter of sorts. For those of you that are still have a level of consciousness of lizard brain, and that reminds me, I kind of miss the lizard brains. I go into a room on paltalk.com where we have lots of lizard brains, and we have we have all kinds of talent. Not just lizard brains. We got trolls, we got musicians, we got storytellers, we got personal problems that we share. Then some of us love to be nasty. Oh God, and for years we've been advertising it as you should be forewarned, because like Pal Talk is a chat program. So what you get are chatters, not people that want to be interviewed or be on radio or necessarily TV. And they're looking for a quick fix. They're looking for entertainment because, something probably in their lives sucked, or they've gotten addicted to the internet, which is the way they've got everybody addicted to the internet. What would happen if the internet went down? What if the whole thing came crashing down? Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. Can they? Fuck if I know. Makes you wonder though, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. I think some of my friends handle fear differently than I do. I've learned to handle it a little bit differently than I used to. It took me long enough to find it though. It wasn't in any physical remedy that I know of. It wasn't like, I have my habits. I got, a caffeine habit. I got the worst one here. According to my doctor, I saw him the other day, just a few days ago. And he keeps bugging me about quitting the smoking thing. He says that would be the best thing for me, just to quit smoking. Yeah, and I agree, and I'm really looking at it now, looking at it. Hold on, I gotta go over and get some coffee. What I envision is an energy center that goes out like a flash mob. I'm organizing an event that will be worldwide, and it will reach every part of the earth. all at the same time. Isn't that cool? Isn't that a neat goal? What do you think that would be, huh? Well, the matrix and people's minds have been taken over by words. They live by words. Words don't have any meaning or value until something witnesses that, decides what it is, what standard to use. Otherwise, presto, poof. On Mr. Bridges' Neighborhood, we mix metaphysical thoughts. We are programming, but hopefully some of our programming is deprogramming. So the warning would be, quite simply, you shouldn't tune into Mr. Bridges' Neighborhood unless you're willing to lose your mind. And you have to be 18 or over. That's so it makes sure that it looks taboo to the kids that are all listening to Mr. Bridges' Neighborhood that are, the average age is about 13 or 14. And it's meant for the kids, not for you adults. You guys are all lost cause. Might as well kiss your ass goodbye. But don't worry, there's eternal life whether you like it or not, okay? Isn't that a scary thought? Jesus Christ. Yes. Not in this script, Jesus. I was just being flippant, making fun. Oh, you shouldn't make fun of the Holy Spirit or God or Jesus or Mary or Joseph or anything. Well, I'm not really. See, that's a technique I have. I have a shock value part. Yeah. I say the shock jock, Howard Stern. Okay, I stole some of his shit. Not his voice or anything, but I learned from Howard Stern how to be a Howard Stern. I mean, being an improv artist and being a chameleon, I just channel energy. All I do is just add a voice or make up a character or a story and assign it a voice. I mean, that's what I did as a kid. My parents played with me that way as a kid. They were very artistic, very eccentric, well-educated. My father taught at the Schenectady Museum for 50 years. He was an artist, worked for General Electric. You know, my mother came from a nouveau rich family. My grandfather had 52 cottages on Lake George in New York and left a trust fund to each of his grandchildren. But anyway, we've been doing a little bit of search. We've been inspired by Bob. Bob was a guy that never knew who his real mom was, so he went on a hunt for it. And I haven't seen Bob in a long time, but I was hoping that Bob would have something for me. I encouraged him to write that book because I think there's a lot of people that could identify with his story. And I'll got to tell you something, it's a pretty damn interesting story, you know? I mean, how many times you folks have something to really share with somebody, and it's your time to share, and that's what you want to do? It isn't a matter of pride. It isn't a matter, oh, look at this, hear this, hear this. Okay, I can see how that could happen. Is that good or bad? I don't know. That's human. Those are emotions. Those are feelings. But according to the program, what are they exactly? Who directs them? Who's the fucking director? Who's Take Two Family Show? Who's the director of your life? Is your mother or father or sister or brother or aunt and uncle, nephew or niece? Is it you? Because who are you living your life for? The rest of the people in your society and your father or mother or sister or brother and blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Where the hell did the camera go? There we go. Blah. Blah, 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 blah. Jesus Christ. I'm living in a strange land in a strange world. How the fuck do you get out of this place? So fucking strange. I love it. I'll tell you how it works. I took this Mr. Bridges course. Yeah, it was a workshop, 3-day weekend at Thoughtbridge Village where he hangs out, I hear. And, I learned a lot. Holy shit, did I learn a lot. Really a lot. For reservations, it's 1-888-806-6233. It's a regular nightmare. Hey, and if you like nightmares and terror, call our toll-free number, 1-888-806-6233, and make your reservation, because some weekends it's terror. Other weekends it's like, festive. Some weekends, we've got facilities to serve about 300 people, maybe 400 tops. So don't be trying to sneak your way in, because the Insiders Club is the only place you can get our newsletter, and we have to know who you are. We have to take our subversive activities and raise them above ground like we don't already have your name, fucking number, and can see through your cameras and all that other shit that you don't even fucking know. And Jesus Christ, you're fucking slow. I mean, I thought I was fucking slow. I can't believe how some people are so fucking slow. Now, you will be willing to give over your lives to the New World Order. I guarantee you that. You wait and see. You'll be a turncoat too. Right on, brother and sister. And now for our daily meditation. What are you talking about? There ain't no daily meditation. No? Are you trying to sell them some daily meditation bullshit? Meditation is finding the present now. Narrow your focus down to just one moment until everything disappears. Practice that so you might get your first experience in 3 weeks. You might get your second in a day. Then you might have 3 in the next day, 4 in the next, and 5 and 6, and finally so many of them that you have created a space that is timeless around you. I won't believe any of that bullshit. Well, they say the bigger the lie, the more people will believe it. I think that's very believable. I think we ought to start a new cult or a new church or something else. I mean, just recycle the same fucking bullshit over and over, all the lies and all that, change the labels, change the signs on the door. We'll just pretend that none of us see fucking anything, all right? You're either part of the problem or you're part of the solution. If you're part of the solution, you got to love more. You got to love more of the problem. If you don't love the problem, how are you going to fix it? Take our course on how to become a masochist, a 3-day weekend, where if you hate to suffer, if you hate the world, if you hate yourself, and you hate everybody, take our workshop, because that's true suffering. That's hell. You can't get much deeper than that when you feel absolutely all by yourself and nobody fucking gives a shit. Mr. Bridges experienced that when he was dying one time. That was one of many deaths. Oh boy, the way it works. Holy shit, I can only report on this body, this life of this body, this image I have. It's a dancing little puppet. It's a dancing little puppet. And it speaks out of it, both sides of its mouth sometimes. Yes, that's true. I speak out of both sides of my mouth. And I don't have to be responsible for any of it. I'm not a very good ventriloquist, but if I grow my beard, I can fool you guys into thinking that I'm actually a ventriloquist, which I'm not. I just steal everything I find like a kid that's in a candy store and start stuffing his pockets. I'm discovering things I never discovered before on a daily basis. I'm traveling through a ball of energy that's starting to dissolve. LiveTalkRadio.com. Don't forget forget our sister station. That's where we insert your station. Oh, our donation button is at thoughtbridges.com. A very interesting site, one of thousands and thousands of pages. We used to advertise it years ago before we got attacked by the Turkish hacker, in other words, the dark forces, which wiped out just about everything. So it, it never worked smoothly after that, I got to tell you. That sucked. That's when we realized that we need better defense. But being a pacifist, I see no reason to move because I've found the source. I feel sorry for you guys, you know? I mean, it really fucking sucks to be where I used to be. And I was in your position at one time. Let me tell you, I was an experimenter. I wanted to know, why am I here? Who am I? I could be anybody I want to be. I could be rich. I could be poor. I could be whatever. I had a silver spoon stuffed in my mouth when I was born. I came out and they said, "Welcome to the world." And then they spanked me on the back of my ass. And I breathed in. Breathe deeply, the gathering gloom. And I was born with an energy that was awesome. I lived through the 60s. Well, maybe. I don't know if I lived through them, but that was a hell of a dream. Holy shit, that was when we had cheap pot, and everybody was stoned like they are in Colorado. You heard about that, right? What has it been, a month or something? The media tried to pick up on it and say that some kid had killed himself because, I don't know, there's all the stories are going around. All you guys do is just make up stories. Well, fuck you, I'm lying all the time. That's my disclaimer. I'm lying like a motherfucker. I'm a storyteller. I'm an improv artist. Combine them all together and being mentally ill. Yeah, I'm mentally ill. I'm fucking nuts. But evidently I can play the game well enough to stay out of the institutions. You know what I mean? Because I turn the system back on themselves. I launch attacks out there. I've got a whole bunch of kids that, you missed that episode where you could subscribe. But I got a whole bunch of kids going out and buying a certain brand of phone, which is really cheap. It's like a throwaway. If you want to get somebody in trouble in your neighborhood, and you suspect they're doing something illegal, like thinking, okay, what you do is you go out and you buy yourself one of these track phones. Then you dial 911 and you throw it in some inconspicuous space where they won't find it. And the cops can automatically come in your home and search your home. So much for, what amendment was that? You probably don't know. You should be ashamed. Somebody should slap you with a fish. Man, that would hurt, wouldn't it? Damn. Holy fuck. Oh, God. So I've lived my life like an open book for 30 years when I figured out that basically I had no choice. My father had been incorporated into the secret society, and little did I know that I would be next. But it was really weird how they took me. I was 16 at the time, and I found that I was beamed, which meant that they released the illusion for a little bit. And then I had an awakening at 16. And then I heard a little voice in my head. I used to think that I could do my own psychiatry. For a while I was losing it. Now I got my psychiatrist back. My psychiatrist does all the thinking and the way human beings are programmed to think and how they don't question their thoughts. Marketing people know all about how to scam the normal human being. I mean, they're so easy to fool. They're so easy to push their buttons, okay? And on my show, I try to push everybody's buttons sometimes, like Don Rickles. If you remember that, this is for the older folk. If you have never heard of him, go on YouTube. I'm sure there's something about him. As a matter of fact, I might present that. We do play copyrighted material, but we use the Fair Use Act, and we've had some issues doing that. But we'll get it straightened out. My energies go from oscillate. My original diagnosis in 1970 7 was one of my favorites to find out I had become a manic depressive. I had become a manic depressive. Which means me being a little radio station could tune in the full spectrum and actually start to control going around the energy and attracting what energy I wanted, and then going into that energy and taking a little bit with me, like passing through darkness with a flashlight or fog. Yeah. I always packed a little bit of the being, not the human. The human is the program, your program, the one that you are staying in line with, the one that you decide whether you're guilty or should be shamed or fucked up or whatever it is. Getting my drift? Probably not. But maybe some of you will. There are those souls that are ready to see. Now, we're not talking about with your eyes. It's one perception. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Duh. You're going to have to keep looking, folks, for more add-ons as time goes on. Why not just look inside where it all emanates from? But you don't know that. You think it's, some of you know what I'm saying. Some of you think it's just really black inside. Okay? You don't have a very good self-image. But it's not a self-image that you want as a human being. It's a self-image that you want made in the image and likeness of God. Well, God isn't a particular anything you can see with your eyes or hear with your ears or anything else. Those are audio perceptors. No, God is the nucleus of which it all comes out of. And if you find that center, which is supposedly inside of you, okay, call it the vortex, call it the kingdom of heaven, I don't care a shit what you use for. A rose is a rose. By any other name, it's still a rose. So with all these words and people making shit up and putting on stories and add-ons, what the fuck are you supposed to believe anymore? You got the people that say this, you got the people that say that. Who's right? Who's wrong? Hey, how about a universe where you're all right? You create a system where they can think what they want to think. You can think what you want to think. And then we somehow turn it around and allow the new technology to take over, so it will totally enslave us. And they'll be issuing brain chips that not only track you, but adjust your thoughts. If you thought taking pills that have made the pharmaceutical companies rich fat asses or rich bastards, think about what's going to happen when the computer finally is able to be used to change and create sensation in the brain. Well, too late. Go YouTube it. You'll find out they've done it. I saw an artificial hand grip a glass and drink from it. And they said, if you can believe them, that the man who had this new hand could feel it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That sounds good, doesn't it? You guys have no idea what's coming. And it's kind of like when you get older, it's like, how do you want to end your life? Not that you're going to take it, but how do you want to go out? Because you know instinctively the hourglass. It's running. Now the time is to discover. You played the game. You put your time in. Time to relax. Right? Wrong. Well, not necessarily. Might be right for some. But you got a system where the kids, there are some kids that have been cheating the rest of us out of our God-given rights to live in a decent place, even if it means time sharing. Did you know that there are more houses empty than there are homeless people? Why don't we figure out a way to get the homeless people into those frickin' houses? Or is it because that I've taken in homeless people for over 30 years and I found that the stats were about right? I don't know what they are now, but 66% have mental issues, drug problems, alcohol, weed, heroin. Oh shit, the list goes on. And I've taken 30 years, a 30-year load of this in the Thoughtbridge ministry, where I was playing a minister. I was administering, saying, oh Lord, what are you going to bring me next? The deal was, you came to my house, the house of the Lord, a church, if you will. Everybody thinks something different when they think church, you know, like some people are thinking like rip-off. Yeah. Hey, that's a good scam. Get with the government. I said, no, I'll go with just being a being. A human being. See, as soon as I become human, my body is not owned by me. Did you know that? Your country probably owns your body. You didn't know that? Check your birth certificate. Fine print you didn't read. www.natural, natural-person, person, .ca, Canada.ca, not .com, .ca. A lot of what they're talking about there will blow your mind. The information is there for you folks. But I'm going to take the stakes a little bit higher until they blow me off the air or make it impossible for my broadcast to go around the world and get relayed to people all over the world that can then take whatever it is that you hear come out of my mouth and recycle it, chew on it for a while. Think about it. Do whatever you want with it. Because I come out with some good stuff as God's little representative. So do you, I know that. But most of you are very, 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 very timid. I may be Timid Joey, but not Mr. Bridges. If you don't like me, go fuck yourself. All right? That's no way to talk. You need to be spiritual. You wouldn't fucking know spiritual if it slapped you in your face. Take two. You wouldn't know spiritual if it slapped you in your face. You think spiritual doesn't include everything else. Okay, test. No consequences. Are you judging? What's it do for you? Oh, it stimulates all those files up there that you hold together somehow. The ones that are like, dislike, the voice is nice. He looks like somebody I'd like to... Just gotta keep this a family show, fuckers. My God. I can't believe the stupidity of me. I cannot fucking believe how fucking stupid I am. God. I should be shot in the head and you shouldn't miss. Right here in the third eye. Come on, Joel, people will take you serious. Fuck them. I don't fucking know humor when it smacks them in their face. You know, I did an experiment. The UK folks, the British, they got more of Mr. Bridges' Neighborhood when I asked for people to donate to keep me alive. I mean, that's right. I'm dying, folks. You're seeing the last of me. I'm dying every day. Shut up. We're all dying every day. I'm dying every day. If you want any more of me, there's only so much. Like, you know, I'm no George Carlin. I understand that. But hey, what I've done is I've take two. Stolen all this vibe material, you know? I mean, sometimes I sound like different people at different times and stuff. I have my favorites, the ones I lean on. You know, the basic sauce, and then all of a sudden it feels like I'm being taken over, and there's some other voice coming out all of a sudden that you've never heard before. We've heard that one. Yes, we have. That's so old. Oh, it is. I think so, too. Anyway, there's a cast of characters. You could say that I'm demon-possessed. Yeah, that's what a lot of people would like to say. Yeah, send me some demon mail, will you? I don't... Wait a minute. Why don't I go into that? Why don't I become one of the world's greatest channelers? Scam artists. Okay, let's raise some stock for Scam Incorporated. Sound like a good idea, huh? We can get you rich on those fake dollars that we control. The fucking kids had no fucking clue about money and how they're being scammed. Holy fuck! That was out there years ago. By the way, we're not talking to you adults. You're too far fucking gone. You're too fucking goddamn programmed. You should go out and get drunk, get laid. What else? Get all drugged up, you know? Go out there and bash some heads. Don't worry, the world needs you folks until it evolves. Out of the shit is going to come the new consciousness. And the meek shall inherit the earth. Are you one of the meek? No? Who's there? Will it be the Meek Patrol to make sure that you're meek? Anyway, kids, don't forget what is it? Oh, yeah, Alzheimer's Anonymous meeting is at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. There's another meeting for some folks that can actually remember to come to the meeting occasionally. Those are for half-himers. Those are the half-himers working their way up. Okay, get it? Do I have to explain everything to you? I know, it was bad. It's all right. I know a lot of people that tell bad jokes. It's okay to tell a bad joke. I mean, sometimes a bad joke is so bad that it's actually funny. Really. I don't know if you have that kind of sensitivity. The humor gene in the DNA. Some people, they didn't get enough or didn't get any. I hate to tell you, you know. It's like, whoa. Whoa, pity them if you don't have any humor. If you don't have a sense of humor. I mean, God, you gotta have a sense of humor. You work all your life to do this and to do that, and they tell you, you know, your twilight years are coming eventually after the, you know, retirement age, and you're supposed to have at least 5 years after that, even though you can't get it up very well anymore. But you can take Viagra. If it doesn't cause a heart attack to you or a erection that lasts more than 4 hours, you're all set to go. You know, maybe you can use it over and over until it does give you a heart attack, and you can pass away right at the height of orgasm on your significant other or your new girlfriend or your first time experience. What a way to go. You know, I got a top 10 list on how I want to go, and I've already gone once, and it was the singularity. I went back in time where there wasn't any. And it all, the only thing I was aware of is that everything was turning to light and it was gone. Pretty amazing story. It's based on a real story. It's based on a real thought. It's based on a real thought coming out of my imagination or somebody else's imagination. All I have to do now is make it believable, put in the good improv acting ability and say it as seriously and deadpan as I can and get you sucked into my act so that you realize I'm no fucking dumb fuck like you are. You're asleep. You're dreaming. You don't realize what you're doing. I don't fault you for it because I too was in the same position where you are now. Believe me, I have compassion for you. Occasionally, it closes in. My masters, they make it all clear to me as the days go by that I'm here to experience for God everything that is here and bring home to Him only the best. Only the best. So it's a matter of trading off shit because we don't all last forever, right? Time's running out for some of us. We realize it and we accept it. So then you start thinking, hey, you know, it could be any sec. Second, and that could be it. And I've already been through that a lot of times. Kind of reminds me of Groundhog Day. If I didn't know better, I'd say I wrote it. And I've had that experience for a long time where I see my thoughts materialize and I envision them around me and things happening, and I don't have the ability to order them yet. Okay, that's just a special ability. I don't know how to do that because when I'm actually doing it, I'm running on free will. I'm running on the thought I have free will. Then the other thought that gobbles that up is that there's no free will. Okay, got it? Free will, no free will. That's 101. Think about that. Free will or no free will. Now, there's a lot of answers in quantum physics. And we feature little clips like that. We've featured that one before, but we might recycle it because when we did the first clip, it was on the radio and we didn't have TV. And we're in the process of cutting a deal with Google for some special add-ons. Because we're going to have the most popular show on the internet. Oh, God, that sounds so egotistical. You're damn fucking right. Why not? What have I got to lose? Huh? Come on, kids. Jump on the train. We're going to go for the fame of the internet. We're going to have chicks galore. We're going to have drugs. We're going to have parties. We're going to have big cars. We're going to have famous people that we don't even have to name drop because eventually our name will be so fucking big. When Winfrey, Wolfie Winfrey, Waffy, I don't know what the fuck her name is, Oprah, whatever. But anyway, she'll be inviting me, and then we'll have tea with Bill Gates. And we'll meet with presidents and queens. Oh, can't wait to meet that queen. Holy fuck, meeting the queen. Wow, can you imagine that? The queen that has only one place to shit at a time, one car to drive, one hallway to walk down, one set of stairs to walk down at a time, one sidewalk to walk down. And the only difference is she's got people around waiting on her hand and foot. That can't be that expensive. Fuck, the place is already built and paid for 1,000 million times over. What the fuck? She doesn't pay any taxes. Does she? I don't know. Let me make up something. She doesn't pay a bit of tax. She owns the Catholic Church. For crying out, if you got fame, you got wealth, you got all this shit, what do you got then? Do you realize that we had planted cameras secretly in where she is? Which is different places at different times. And we've got some stuff you won't believe because Jimmy the hacker was able to get into her computer. She made the mistake of getting sucked into the internet, the Trojan horse that tantalized our parents during World War II and got us into the war with a madman in control called Hitler. Are you a little Hitler out there? You want to control everything that's going to make you happy? You get everything. We trade 72 people's lives for giving you everything that you want. Lollipops and hot dogs and sweet potato and veggies. Oh, you want to eat meat? Oh, you do. You want to eat meat, huh? Yeah. Well, maybe we can arrange that too. Jesus Christ. Is it my time yet? No, but I got to tell you, we've something coming up. We've been hunting all over the internet, and finally our network is big enough. We've been looking for Jesus. looking for Jesus, and now that we have the internet, if he so much as shows up anywhere, we got him. We'll make sure he never gets the word out there, ever. Bet your bottom dollar. After all, the prophecies in your dream have to come true, don't they? Or you have nothing to live for. You hope. You pray. You say, I'm going to join you, Mommy and Daddy. I'm going to join you, Jimmy. I'm going to join my best friend. I'm going to join you. Heaven's going to be great. Right? Wrong. Fuck, I don't care either way. Why should I care? Whatever set this whole fucking thing in motion is going to do its thing. Free will? Yeah. Kinda. Sorta. Not really. Anyway. I'm looking for idiots I can interact with. I can be kind. I can play a nice person. I can play somebody that I can interview you. I won't embarrass you too much. Be honest. Well, I said it. I won't embarrass you too much. Oh, now you let the cat. Oh, that poor guy. Oh, that author that called up, and it was from a friend of mine's contact, and oh, Jesus. I don't think he liked that interview very much. We're going to present that for you folks coming up. We got a lot of good things in the can from 30 years of just letting things roll. Lots and lots of local people. Yes, yeah, right here in Maine. I'm living in Farmington, Maine. And you're welcome to join me this summer. Yes, sir. Where we have a gathering every 4th of July at 4 p.m. for 1 minute. Then we all disperse and go home. After we take the literature, the CDs, the secret inside club, and we're all tracked by the powers that be, making a media event of the fact that the whole world is now under surveillance. I wouldn't believe that. No, it's not. No, it's not. Listen, you dumb fuck. If they can convince you of something, they can get you fearful. That'll self-destruct you, because only the best of the best get to return to recognizing itself. That's eternal life. That's awareness. It's awareness of self, but not this program that was created for our enjoyment. You know, it's good, it's bad, it's ugly, it's mean, it's nasty, it's rotten, I have this bad habit, I got to give this up, I got to give that up, I got to do that, I don't want to go home quite yet because I'm enjoying myself too much, I can't do this if I'm just God. Being, what is being? Just being all the time, like eternal life being. I don't get to get the trip anymore. Well, hey, listen, you complained enough times to say I want out. What did you expect in those death experiences? Well, I didn't expect to die. Well, you're a stupid fucker, aren't you? You can die, but you can't die. You can only suffer to die. Then God, that created the whole thing in the first place, sends you back as his little puppet. I'm dancing around. I'm dancing. I'm speaking for God. Sure you are, you motherfucker. You little Satan demon, you. Oh, well, I don't think it's nice to call people names like that. Shut up, Helen. My goodness gracious, it sounds like it's time for refreshments. How about some of my green brownies that are just about ready to be finished? Welcome to a ThoughtBridge.tv, mindfuck. There'll be more in the future. Anyway, I gotta take a break. You want to know what I'm doing? They already know what I'm doing. They're filming everything from all angles. It's a holographic theater. Mr. Bridges' Neighborhood, the secret project since 1976. The technology existed then, duh, for a holographic reenactment of this whole energy field. I'm not even alive anymore. I'm fucking dead. I can still feel my head, though. Email JTB at new address. You see, I give out old ones because there's so much damn email. Somebody said I had to respond to people personally. Fuck you! I ain't gonna respond to your fucking emails personally. I'll get somebody that needs a fucking job. You want to eat here, kid? Do this. I noticed on your form you filled out what your talents, assets were, what you thought they were anyway. And let's see, did you take our liar's test? You know, you get a lot of extra credits, 30 bonus credits for being a real good liar. Because when you come, we feel your energy. If it sucks, you don't get in. Sorry, motherfuckers. But if you're fun-loving and you can play a good little motherfucker, well, then we want you. But don't get so seriously involved in the story that you take too much of it seriously unless you know the difference between fantasy and what isn't fantasy. Because that negative hardcore vibration of the ego breaks shit, breaks lamps, breaks windows, even smashes people in the face, causes violence over beliefs. That's mine. No, it's not. That's mine. I had it first. No, you didn't. Does it remind you of first and second graders, where our society is that programmed and then puts in place a way to break it up? Would it be the same now? Because we have so much more information coming in all the time to process, and we know that there's no way to see all of it. There are more songs coming in every second than you can possibly listen to, in every category you can think of, on YouTube.com. Amazing. You could listen to one thing that you like country music originals, for the rest of your life. Isn't that amazing? You watch porn free for the rest of your life. You see, every single person is a tentacle for the source, and it made up a great game called the Ultimate Game. And you're it. You just don't realize it yet. Some of you. Some of you. But maybe you could help yourself along by subscribing to the Insiders newsletter. Insiders newsletter. You can just put Insiders in an email and send it to www.live, L-I-V-E, talk, T-A-L-K, radio, radio.com. Insiders. Doesn't cost anything right now, but that's just that's a freebie. That's to get you like sucked in. You know how like dealers push drugs and shit? The first hit is always free. Don't worry, we'll fuck you up good. As soon as you send in the email, we'll trace it back. You didn't know we could do that. Well, we can. And we'll empty all of your contents onto one of our servers and leave your stuff in place, just so we can send out the blackmail notices, having operated your camera so we can see you dress and undress and do all kinds of shit, listening in on your house. If you have a computer connected to the internet, folks, don't be faked out. it can automatically, it's got built within it an automatic way to see everything and hear everything. There's no hoax. Would I lie to you? Come on, give me a break. You just got through saying you had a disclaimer. Google's it. Don't believe a word you say and that you lie about everything. And that's the truth. Well, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, you would, Billy. Yeah, I love me, I love me, I love me, I love. Oh, I remember that song. That was a really good song. Yeah, people are really, they're like, what do you mean? I don't love myself very much. There's something very dark about me. I'm doing all kinds of shit. I'm not proud. I'm shamed and guilty. I feel fucked up. I have very little self-worth, and I have to prop up my story and make up stories to make myself be a little bigger, a little bigger than life. I'm actually a fucking loser. Oh. Billy, that isn't until you're 14. Yeah, but I'm 16 now. Oh, I'm sorry. What time period are we channeling in this big story of all these people in your life? Rearranging them in different order and an abstraction sometimes that has different messages with live stuff mixed in so that the kids don't even know whether it's live or it's not live. And then every now and then we make references to the actual time because we note the time. The time is now 22 after. And we won't tell them that it's not 22 after of anything because we don't know that, except a few countries in India, they run their timelines on the half hour. We don't know how that equates yet. I mean, it's really an incidental. I mean, if you want to quest after knowledge and go around and spread how intelligent you are because you can remember a bunch of stories or shit, be my guest, but that doesn't necessarily make you happy unless you can maybe show it off and you can feel good. But as soon as you start feeling superior or all this, maybe that's what you need. I mean, far be it for me to judge you. I mean, all that I've tried. I think the full spectrum of the menu myself. The only difference is that I've always thought that honesty is the best policy, and I found that in my youth that it was very powerful. So here it is, and I'm being honest when I say I'm lying through my teeth all the time as an improv artist. And you're not getting exactly what you think you're getting. I'm hiding stuff, as a good illusionist does. Because if you could see exactly how he was doing it, you'd be flabbergasted. I was brought in at a very early age, 12 years old, when I gave my first magic show to a bunch of kids in the community. Yep, all these talents, I subscribe to the intelligence of the universe. I don't claim any exclusivity on any of them. They're not what you would call mine. As a human being, as Joel T. Bridges, they're not mine. And they're not Joel Scott Batzell's either, because that's not what I am. That's the name of the body I started with. It had nothing to do with naming it. And I don't identify with the name, and then the next thing that comes that's more difficult is to disassociate from the body so that you can find yourself floating outside your body and moving around the universe, even though that there is a shadow of yourself left behind. And sometimes you leave far enough so that you're just kind of gone. It's kind of like many of your kids found yourself in grade school, maybe like I did, and they call it daydreaming. You weren't really here in the class. You were somewhere else. And then, you may have experienced the teacher going, okay, wake up. And you would be rudely pulled back to earth. What is in your awareness? It all collates. You choose from a menu that has been programmed for you as human beings. I decided February 8th to find out what it would be like to give up being human. So far, so good. Just being The human is the programmed and conditioned robotic part that hides what it really is behind a mask. And it protects itself because behind the mask of the body is a part of the mind that is so totally into the body that its adornment, its care, whether it's large or small, provokes judgment. And that judgment raises a lot of havoc, but also raises a lot of drama, conflict, all kinds of shit. If the thought, which might be one that could neutralize it, just one, is if people started thinking that we're one humanity, if your brother is diseased, which it seems like most everybody has their issues, let's say that, including yours truly, thank you very much, they have their issues. Now, most of you folks think there are other people out there because you think of yourself as a people and a human being. But what if I told you we flew over your house last night in our newfangled contraption that duplicates what the Starship Enterprise duplicated many years ago? If you're a Star Trek fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The holodeck. We beamed you out of your home or your cardboard box, wherever you were, and we beamed you into the holodeck where you woke up with all the people that you've assigned all the value to, the meaning to, and the purpose of, and your intentions about manipulating those so-called separate people from you to do your bidding and correct the things that you see wrong, because there's so much that you see wrong in everything. And you know right and wrong. You know when somebody's being kind to you. You know when somebody's being a pissant or being worse, a little prick or a bastard or a cunt. You know what cunt is, right? Acronym for can't understand normal thinking. I think that one would have to apply to both genders because those are concepts, those are ideas. Okay, that's all that you're doing. You're processing ideas, thoughts, feelings, and sensations. And you say, well, I have 5 physical senses. Where's the driver, dumbass? Where's the fucking driver? Just because you have 5 senses doesn't mean anything. You can have whatever you want until you recognize the value or appreciate what it is. You don't have anything. If it isn't appreciated, you don't have shit, you dumb, stupid fuckers. You don't have shit. If you don't appreciate what you have, then practice your appreciation. Get it down so that you're appreciating every frickin' day. Oh, you forgot the under 18 version. Practice it until you fucking get it every fucking day. All right? Let's make more laws to say you can't do this, you can't do that. Let's imprison people. Let's chip them up. Let's put them in internment camps. You're all fucking stupid. Hitler was right. We want people that are loving. Damn it. If I can't get you to love, we're going to start with maybe some old-fashioned techniques. Like putting you in a rack. Well, no, that war's over. Or sticking a hot poker in your eye. You ever have been poked in the eye with a sharp stick or a poker? Red hot poker? Maybe we could shove one up your ass. We're going to torture you until you learn how to love. We'll beat you until the end of your life. We'll make you wish you'd never been born. You're going to get it. We're going to force that love down your throat until you puke up all your fucking demons, your little beliefs, your little judgments, your petty gossip, your fucking bullshit, you lying sacks of shit. He really didn't mean to say that, you know. Yes, I did. Well, I'm not taking any responsibility for what either one of you say. Fuck that. Well, don't you want some hate mail? Only if they send it on a envelope. I know that's using up trees, but it would be a donation here because we use old-fashioned paper and wood to power this place up. Can't wait for the latest technology. I've been reading about it on YouTube and watching stuff. Some amazing stuff out there, man. And I'm going to bring to you guys my taste, okay? It's not just a matter of somebody doing a show, but stuff. You see, I research. I love this. The only problem is my ass gets sore. I love this. I spent all this time here because it started out when I was diagnosed with something I'm not telling you about, okay? And I've been getting better ever since I almost passed over 2 years ago. That was quite enlightening. A nice swift kick in the legs, in the ass. Oh, the chest. Make up your mind. My ass. And Bob Dylan, thank you very much for being alive, because if I can be in your dream, you can be in mine, and evidently you're in mine, so I must be in yours. Right on, brother. Thank you for all your contributions over the years. Really good act. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I'm 64, by the way, supposedly. The problem is that I'm so tired of lying to you folks that I am a three-dimensional holographic bot that interacts with an audience. Seriously. I don't even exist anymore. My personality does. My DNA does. I'm going to be brought back in about 3,000 years. I want to come back and see how things are happening. So, the least I could do is donate my body. Not for science. You're not cutting me up in little chunks. Well, all right, maybe. Like my friend said, if I die, Joel, you can throw me out with the Monday morning's trash. Yeah, now there you go. Doesn't that prove a disassociated with body? Like I want to die? Nah, I don't. Who the fuck does? Unless it's classy. I do have a 10 top list. It's been rearranged over the years, Yeah. Used to be a blonde, redhead, and brunette. I'm not going to say anymore. Kind of like Private Benjamin. I don't know. Did you see the movie? If you didn't see the movie, if you don't pick up on some of the things that I mentioned, you won't get my humor. You won't get jack shit. I know most of you are going to be lost in what I'm actually pointing to. So we give you enough bullshit that relates to other stuff that's important to you, that you value, that you aren't totally hypnotized by something else that's distracting you from this bullshit I'm laying on you. Okay? There's more than one way to skin a cat. My job isn't to reach everybody. My job, as I see it, is to share myself in terms of a reporter for my dream, for my culture, for the way I was raised, given proper upbringing, supposedly, taught manners, etiquette. I used to look as good in a tuxedo as not, in jeans. I was a star. Well, what makes you think I'm not a star now, you motherfuckers? Just because you got to have numbers around you. Bullshit. If you're in the being, you are a star. That's why it says don't hide your light under a bushel. Some people get it, some people won't. Some people like George Carlin. Some people, they have a lot of disdain for that kind of shit. They're just judgmental little bastards everywhere, Don't assume people aren't going to judge you, because you're moving against the tide. Don't be dumb. Accept it. Accept it. Enjoy it, because you're getting through. You're getting them pissed off. Some really pissed off, and some going, hey, man, I think I see what he's saying. He's got a point there. Well, a point and $1.50 and 7% Maine sales tax will still get you a 6-ounce cup of coffee at a local truck stop. It's an Irving's truck stop in Farmington, Maine. Open until 12. Now, it used to be 24/7. But the young kids that we used to go out there and treat them to coffee, 16 and 17-year-olds, treat them to coffee. It was a hangout for the kids in Mr. Bridges' neighborhood where we took our cameras. Mr. Bridges has been recording everything from human interest interviews, old people that were about to die that I didn't know that were about to die, but a voice told me, said, hey, you need to interview this guy. So I would take the camera, do the work. I've done camera work for a lot of productions. Been on stage with a couple thousand cheering folks. That was my 10 minutes. Of course, they were all stoned, I got to tell you that. But nevertheless, they thought what I had to say was interesting. And I'll bet you they would have let me go on and on and on. And you know, if you've been a regular, I can go on and on and on. So that's why I have to mix stuff, because nobody can take too much of me. Okay? It gets tiring. It's like, yeah. But with a variety of people, as a producer, I decide how much can the collective consciousness take. I have to read the collective consciousness, feel its vibes, do the research to find out where we're at in today's news and other bullshit, okay? And then that inspires me to react to it with my own barrage of bullshit and words, because that's all it is. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Insert commercial here. God, he'd sell his own mother for money. Greedy little bastard. Jesus, you mean these people have no fucking clue that they could leave something and find something better? No, they're having a good time. Leave them the fuck alone. Why do you have to meddle in somebody else's business? If you can't love them, leave them. Wait a minute. That doesn't seem very, wait a minute. Love them and leave them. Find somebody you can love that loves you back. See the love in all of them. They'll return the favor. They'll return all the love to you, and then back and forth. Don't make the mistake of fucking on your first date, for Christ's sake. Well, that was programming. Oh, yes, it was. Did you notice where that came from? Yeah, it looks like you got a big toy box full of beliefs here. Sheesh. Well, my program was interesting about spirituality. That was for sure. I didn't realize until much later in my life that I had been programmed with some of the best programming that I've ever encountered, because it's an endless loop, seemingly. It's like a dog chasing his tail. Round and round and round and round, and if you make it big enough, you don't realize you're repeating the process all over again. That's because you're a dumb fucker and you're not very aware. But you start noticing between sleep cycles, between sleep cycles, there's a cycle, just like women have their period once a month, which usually means the male must leave for at least a day or two or 3 or 4 or 5 in some cases, unless you sign one of our compacts that you can get on our website, ThoughtBridge Productions, or ThoughtBridge TV, which, by the way, we are broadcasting over ThoughtBridge TV. I mean, ThoughtBridge.tv, damn it. Oh, God, I must be a pain in the neck to some people, because I just got hit with a pain in the neck. All right, whoever's projecting on that, back off. I'm going to use my anti-projection shield here, designed by the same folks that designed the Starship Enterprise. It may be old technology, but I'm going to put the shield up right now because, God, maybe, are you trying to tell me I'm a pain in the neck? Oh, God. But I didn't know better, I'd say I was a fucking pain in the neck. Yeah, well, fuck you too if you don't like pains in the neck. If you don't like people stimulating you, coming up with fucking original shit which you idiots can't come up with. You can only react to it. But without them, we wouldn't have an audience. Oh, that's right. Well, scratch that. So what if you're dumb fucks and you're like little kids that haven't woken up yet, even though you're like 60, 70 years old? What the fuck? This shit's going on all around you. You're too fucking numb to be aware of it. No fucking clue. We need to have some activities here for adults that have finally gotten their shit together. We need to have a flash mob. If you don't know what it is, look it up on the fucking internet, will you? Put it in quotes, flash mob. Yeah. Maybe you'll find a definition for it. Don't expect me to explain all this bullshit to you. That's where you get together with other people and you demonstrate, right? Well, there seems to be two kinds, because Mother Teresa would never go to a war protest, but she would go to a pro-peace rally. Okay, so flash mob sounds like a lynch mob, maybe. Yeah, we could have hey, that's a good concept. We could have lynch mobs and have a television crew running around after people that felt just like mean and nasty and needed somebody to blame, which they do already, but they don't have anybody to take it out on. You know, like bullies needing to bully somebody and treat them like shit to make themselves feel better, and then later they hate themselves for the way they treated that loved one when they come back to their senses, you know? If they ever do. Is that you? Are you controlled by the demons of anger? That's because you give a shit. You could be a good person. You can take a good person test too. We'll send you a free form for that. And a whole network of folks that have taken that test will match you up. Fuck Harmony or whatever. eHarmony? I don't know. Can we say that? I don't know. You just did. Fuck you. Oh shit, we're going to get ourselves into trouble with some folks. Oh, God, if we can stir up the pot, that's what we love to do on Mr. Bridges' Neighborhood, and mix you facts and fantasy and stories. I mean, how do I know anything is a fact? If I haven't seen it and I haven't experienced it, all I know is I feel for Truman. You ever see the Truman Story? Oh, I pity you people when you wake up one day and you're going to find out you're Truman. And it's no accident the character's name was Truman. Because you won't be able to lie in the future. They're going to have chips to fix you. But it's going to be worse than that. It ain't going to be chips that control you, like they're introducing right now. It's going to be wireless. Oh, yeah. You say certain individuals are concentrating on you and trying to kill you, you say? Well, maybe you're right and maybe you're wrong. They stab the steely beast and they can't kill it. What is the beast for a demon? To be exposed as a lie, not to be believed in anymore. And that's the release. That's why it says that you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Take two, you stumbled over that, you jerk. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. That's what they say. Now, I guess you have to decide according to your programming and conditioning, which you haven't even questioned why you do what you do. A lot of the times you just go around like a zombie, which is what I see a lot of times when I go around, unless I pick on one particular person and wake them the fuck up. Then they're all right. They seem to be perfectly fine, the people I run into. But I swear from a distance, some of you people really appear as though you need a clue to life, what life really is. There ain't no guarantees. You heard that, right? You want the maximum joy out of your life. Now, I'm not saying maximum thrills and chills. I said maximum joy. You got to make up your mind. Do you want joy or you want thrills and chills? Or are you greedy? You want both? Well, maybe you can have both. Get our new handbook that tells you how you might be able to slip that by God. And the other thing, there's a part of the book where you can pick any definition you want. You can have it all encompassing. You can have synonyms like big cheese. You can have big cheese. How about intelligence, spelled with a capital I, or the one source with a capital S. Maybe, wait. SOURCE. Did I do that right? I think you did. Oh, it's very good. I just learned that yesterday. Yeah. All right, I got to take a break. I got to get some more coffee and some more ice water. Take a break, kids. ass hurts. Oh. And that white robe that I usually wear. That's usually when I'm playing kind of a nice guy. But it got, synchronicity would have it that it got absconded with by Nano. And she said something about washing it. We have a washer here. We got all the basics we need, you know? It's an interesting lifestyle. You know, I got suckered into this state when they said, I saw, when I was brought up here to my parents' summer cottage on Drake's Island, beachfront property, where I was privy to, on the off season, to take over the whole house. Slept 22 people. Looking back on it, I thought that was pretty impressive. I didn't realize what I had. I had parents that were lucky enough to be born to nouveau rich wealth. And a whole story evolved from there, you know, as to how it was. Because it is interesting to note that whatever your story is, you can tell it any way you want. There's always a different story to every single event, if you haven't noticed. My research shows that. We don't all notice the same shit. Some people notice energies, clothes, diamonds. They have their first impression of what they like, what they don't like, all depending on how they were hatched. Just like turkeys. I saw a PBS documentary on a guy that told the surrounding farmers that he wanted turkey eggs and he was going to raise them. And he became the mother. But in order to bond with them, in order for them to bond with him, he had to be the first one there when they finally popped out of the egg. And that was a trip. It was like thing that impressed me was he said, and you saw this whole thing as it unfolded, you know. That was really cool about it. You could see the turkeys chasing him up the road after him like his mother turkey. Amazing. They all had different personalities, all kinds of shit. Very interesting what happened, what unfolded there. He felt as though that he was to enter their realm, where he could see stuff the average human being couldn't see. When he would go off into the woods, it was a rural area that his house was at, he would walk down the road and walk through a field, and other animal life would come out. Saw a bear, snake, raccoon, all kinds of shit would come out because of the turkeys. Kind of a magical view. It's kind of like human beings, they say, Westerners especially, give off a smell of fear. And any fear that you have, if you ever wondered how it works, fear is attacked because it's claiming there's danger. And where you see danger, there danger is. Most people don't have that kind of control over their minds. Yield totally. Surrender your fear. It's based on nightmares. It's based on being entrapped in a body on a planet of idiots. People that don't seem to be able to see the end of their nose despite their face, or their ass from a hole in the ground. Looking for spirituality and envisioning what spiritual is holding hands and singing kumbaya songs. You're going to do that now and forever and flap your wings on clouds with harps too? You really think that's what it's all about? Oh, God. Talk about beliefs. I live in a country. Yeah, I live right here. I'm in this body at the moment. I'm trying to get used to the idea I'm going to be giving it up at some point. I want to be prepared every second. I want to know that the last second, whether I go out in my sleep or I go out, boom, like that, that I'll be aware of what I experienced the last time I encountered death. Those busy not being born are busy dying. That meant so much to me, Bob. Thank you. I know what dying was like. Oh, I don't like it. And if you've ever experienced that, you don't like it either. So unless you're grateful every day for being let out of that space, see, death itself is nothing. But the problem is, back in. And how do you know that when you come back in, it all depends on your attitude of how you accept your death. That's why the gurus say, die before you die. Okay? Yeah, I had one chick say, well, you know, I see all that. I can understand it intellectually, which people do, but they reject it. They rejected the block, the cornerstone became the head of the corner, in other words. If you cherish lies more than the truth, well, then obviously you have a part in the play that says you're evil. You enjoy evil, you indulge in evil, and even when you have a clue that you know in your heart it's evil, you consistently indulge in it anyway. So much for that. Can you imagine building a story based on just that one concept? A whole story. All you need are characters and names and passages of wisdom, what looks like wisdom. You need a theater of activity like sociology as a planet. Everybody has their gimmick for their stories to suck you into the story. We have, you remember the original story, you baby boomers? Maybe the kids won't. A little train that thought it could. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. Instilling in you the desire for all kinds of shit, which you thought was going to make you happy. But they left out something. Well, we'll continue this on the other side here. Yep. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you look forward to the next Mr. Bridges Neighborhood, where I am looking for guests. Whatever you can shape Mr. Bridges into anything you want. You want a nice interview where I play Mr. Nice Guy? Do you want an interview where you argue with me? We can talk about what kind of interview you'd like and what kind of questions you'd like to be asked. And I can, believe it or not, I can give you the total spotlight and make you look good. He's lying. No, I'm not. I'm telling the truth. You just said you're lying, even if you're telling the truth. Isn't that true? Is that what I said? Yeah, that's what you said. Well, I don't know. How can you trust somebody that has a disclaimer like I have? I mean, seriously. 1-888-806-6233 from the continental United States and Canada. If you want to pay for the call, I know a lot of you folks have free calling. Please do, because our toll-free number is not free to us. If you'd like to contribute to this production, Mr. Bridges Neighborhood, and a lot of other things that we're going to be bringing you, so we can dump loads and loads more bullshit so the powers that be can use it against you and enslave you even further. For this, they allow me to live, but never mind that. It's Thought Bridges 04992. Those are snail mail payments. If you want to add 04992-0300, that's even better. But it'll get here. Just Thought Bridges 04992-0300. Don't make your fours look like a number. Like some people don't write very good and they make their fours look like a 9. Or maybe a 9 like a 4. I don't know. I've seen that shit. Don't do it. Otherwise, that's as simple as it gets. 04992-003. But if you just remember 04992 and put Thought Bridge or Thought Bridges or something like that on it, it'll work. Oh, look, I thought I was going off the air. I can't help it. I love phone calls. I meet some of the strangest people in the world, and I love the stranger they are, the better they are, usually. Yeah, what can I do for you?
Yeah, I'm trying to reach JB.
Hold on, I'm going to put you on hold. Do you want to be on the radio show?
I'd love to. I'm going to show you my new hyperspatial auto mixer.
Oh, wait, I just checked the computer. You haven't been following directions. You're supposed to let the producer produce the show, and when there's a beep, you're supposed to shut the fuck up. And it looks like you've got 2 marks against you already, but I'll put you through. Hold on a second. Yeah, may I help you?
Yes, I'm trying to reach JB.
Oh, yeah, you got him. Joel Bridges at your service. Joel T. Bridges. Who am I?
You know, old ass dude named Garfield came back down with Fred OD and Megadania.
Can't understand you, foreigner. Must be from the south. Can you clean up your act? Get a better phone line, otherwise I'll have to cut you off.
She can't give me a bad phone line.
It sounds like you got dick in your mouth, sir.
No, I smell jizz in my mouth.
You got what?
Dropped in my mouth.
Huh?
I said, I got a dick in my mouth, but I just in my pants dropped in my mouth.
Well, you sound like a drunk. What's your name before I hang up on you?
My name is OD. I'm a Garfield guy's friend. My name is Megadania.
Well, if your phone line was a little bit better, I might keep you on the show, but I don't know. It's questionable.
Cut me off.
I like quality, you know.
I called the phone line. You talking about a fiber quality channel?
Sir, you must be calling on a cell phone.
Yeah, I got this old ass technology from a billion years ago. I'm sorry, that's so.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry too, because unless we have clear communications on here, don't expect me to stay on here. It's boring trying to work it out, sir. Thank you for calling LiveTalkRadio.com and ThoughtBridges, ThoughtBridgeRadio.com, and also Google.com /+ Joel T. Bridges. Shut up, sir. You just interrupted me. You're no good. Call me later when you sober up. Oh, fucker, I get all kinds of stupid fucking calls like that. My God. Anyway, I'm going to end this broadcast, damn it.